Alright guys, hi, I've just thought I'd make this quick video. I'm using the gaming function on Windows to record it, so you should be able to see me as I click. So this is the login screen for Isaac. Now I appreciate yours will look slightly different to mine, and that's absolutely fine. And on the left hand side here you've got Learn, which you should have in yours. You just won't have to teach stuff on the right hand side. And what I would suggest we're looking at doing over the summer, and it really depends on your level. You can either stick with GCSE content or you can start looking at A-level content. It won't do you any harm to do either or. It'll keep your mind from going to mush, and hopefully you'll get ahead of the game for September. So I'll show you how you do this. So if you want to find the books where I find all the information from, so click on that A-level button. And you'll notice if you go down the A-level resources, there's a whole lot of question sets on problem solving, mastering mathematics, of course, which is where I got your last CPD resource from, in terms of math skills, mentoring schemes, etc. And that's all good. There's some, it's almost like buying a program, if you like, a way of delivering things. What I generally will use is this next level down, Isaac books. And you'll see mathematics for science, great for the mathematicians amongst you. Anyone doing chemistry, Isaac A-level chemistry exists, doesn't exist for GCSE. But this is where we're looking for over here, physics skills mastery. We're going to click on that. That'll bring up a picture of two books. Now, the reason there are two books and they maintain this is this one on the left hand side, the second edition, isn't set out in terms of order of difficulty. So you won't get tiers of questions. You'll just get banks of questions and they'll be mixed all in together. But it won't give you much measure. So if you wanted to pick where you have a little bit more scope and up to date, we can go into the third edition. So let's start with the third edition. You can always have a look what's in the second edition later. Okay, so if you click on that third edition, you can see it's still on the right hand side there. You don't need to buy the book. I have about 50 copies floating around in my office. If you really feel like you need a paper copy, but I find most of your generation prefer the electronic type. So if I just slide down here we go. So AS level and A2 level, just to remove any confusion here. AS level doesn't exist for us really anymore, but essentially we're looking at year 12 work and year 13 work, except for the fact that mechanics is in year 12, capacitors is in year 12, and that's anything. Well, there's a few bits of waves that are in year 13. It's not a perfect setup, but it's a go-to place to find question sets. So if, for example, we start off with electric circuits in year 12, so you'll be doing electric circuits with one teacher and you'll be doing mechanics with another. So let's say we're doing electric circuits and you want to get ahead of the game because you think, actually I was pretty strong at electric circuits at GCSE. Let's have a look at what's in front of me. So I click on that and it gives us C1 to C6. So now these are just boards. Think of them like cheese boards. There's lots of different flavors of cheese on them. And they're not easier or harder than each other, except for when you have something like charge carriers and charge carriers 2. You would obviously expect charge carriers to be the easy questions and a little bit more complicated into charge carriers 2 or different things. So let's go into C1. Let's have a look at view the board. And this is where you guys will be familiar with. So this is what would happen if I set you this board. All these questions would come up on the cheese board and you could go through and select them. And if I were as a teacher, I don't think you will have the set assignment button. If you do though, because this has changed recently, that would mean you'll be able to add it to your menu where you can see assignments. Sorry, I know that's teacher tools. On the left hand side, my assignments. So you could set it there. So if you were looking at things and found 2 or 3 that you want to do, and obviously you can't set, you don't want to be doing 2 or 3 at the same time, you could set them for yourself and come back later just so you don't have to find them again. How do I get rid of that? There we go, get rid of that. So combinations of resistors, and as per normal, start with C1. Okay, and a lot of the very first boards will be linked to GCSE, and most of you better do them. So just getting ahead of this now means that when I set this board, you don't have to redo this question. Isaac will remember you've done it, and it'll just blank it out. It'll just say you've already done it. In fact, this currently is 12 when I set them assignments. There's been occasions where I've set them assignment and then had to go and set them a different one because it's all been complete. Whether they've done it on their own or I've used it as homework elsewhere, it does remember everything. So look guys, I hope that video is useful for you, so you can go through and set your own assignments. I want you to have a summer break. I want you to hit the ground running in September, but just don't let your brains go to mush. Be honest with yourselves. If you've got areas of weakness from GCSE, this is your time to catch up. Don't be behind the 8 ball come September. Otherwise, I'm very much looking forward to seeing some of you on results day, and the rest of you in September. Take care.